I couldn't find my mic. Good thing with the headset and the mic came separate, and I couldn't find the mic for it. I was looking all over my room, and I just couldn't find it. And 2 seconds later, I found it on the floor, and I was like, "Why is it on the floor?" So I gave it a quick clean, and yeah, here we are. So first of all, let me get the thumbnail going, and then we should be good to start the review. Hang on, let me just put on the thumbnail, quick. I don't do this before the stream starts because it doesn't show up on YouTube until I start the stream. Alright, there we go. Okay. So the thumbnail's now up, so I can talk about the movie. Alright. Fantastic Four First Steps. Is it a 10 out of 10 perfect movie? Or is it a 0 out of 10 fail dunk that not even Human Torch can save? Let's find out. Starting with the story. Now, this story has a lot of things I can't say about it without saying spoilers, but I'll try and do it as best I can. So, the fantastic in this universe, which is Earth 828, this world have had the Fantastic Four for 4 years, conveniently, because Fantastic Four got their powers 4 years ago, to the day that the film starts on. To remind you on the power set, Mr. Fantastic has stretchy arms, Invisible Woman is, well, invisible and can shoot force fields and can basically use the Force. The Thing is basically the Hulk of the group, and Human Torch can light himself on fire and fly, which he is my favorite member, and he also has the best effects, and he is the coolest one. No objections in the comments, please. So yeah, those are your 4 heroes. For 4 years, they have been protecting Earth 828, fighting a bunch of villains, and living a normal life with superpowers. But before long, a Silver Lady shows up and tells them that their planet is marked for death. This is the Silver Surfer, not the human, not the man Silver Surfer that we're used to. This Silver Surfer is a woman named Xiao Bao. I think that's her name. Sorry if I said it completely wrong, but yeah, she's here to tell us that Galactus is going to devour this planet. So Fantastic Four, Fantastic Four, after Silver Surfer leaves, decide to go to Galactus' ship, which is currently a planet that's being eaten. Yeah, that's not a spoiler, because we've seen that in most trailers. So yeah, the Fantastic Four the Fantastic Four tried to negotiate with Galactus. Galactus tells them that he wants their baby. Reason? I'm not going to say the reason because it's spoilers, but basically Galactus wants the Fantastic Four's baby. And Fantastic Four obviously refuse because they obviously don't want to give up their baby. So, they evacuate. They evacuate, and Silver Surfer gets stuck in a black hole for a month because of trying to evacuate. So they get back, the people ask if they're safe. Reed doesn't know. Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic, doesn't know if they're safe. So they start beginning a plan to, you know, to stop Galactus from eating their planet without giving up the baby. So after much talking, like seriously, there's a lot of talking about it, Mr. Fantastic figures out teleportation in the movie, and decides to, well, completely move the planet, teleport the planet somewhere else so that Galactus can't find it. Now, I'm trying to be as spoiler-free as I can, but that's a way strong spoiler point. That's a very strong point in the film, so I can't really say it without spoiling anything. But yeah, basically he wants to teleport the planet away so that Galactus can't find it. So Yamura wants these teleportation things all over the planet. Japan, London, and everywhere else tries to help do it. And before they can teleport the planet, Silver Surfer shows up, women and all, and destroys the teleporters, apart from one, the one in Times Square. So we Witchers replans and decides that they have to get Galactus up to that portal so that they can basically teleport him somewhere else. But then, why did Silver Surfer leave one? Well, because Johnny showed up and made her remember all the planets that she decided got eaten. So, yeah. She leaves because of that. And before long, Galactus shows up. He steps and he realizes what they're doing. They put the baby as bait and then flip the switch. And then they're gonna flip the switch. Galactus realizes this and doesn't step a minute further. A link further. So, Galactus basically, so Galactus basically realizes this and sees that the real baby is in the Fantastic Four's house. So he takes it and they attack. Mr. Fantastic, Human Torch, the Thing, and and pretty much Sue Storm all get literally obliterated by Galactus. Well, most of them kind of do. Until they get him back into the position that they need to at Times Square. With Sue Storm pushing him as far back as he can into the portal. Johnny gets the lever. Galactus gets pushed into the rift, but also no, because his hand come back in. Johnny almost sacrifices himself, but luckily, Silver Surfer comes back and pushes Galactus back into the rift. And yeah, the world is saved. That's the movie. That's the movie without spoiling a lot of things. That's the movie. That's the story. Now let's get into my second thing, the characters. Now the characters in this movie are pretty good. Well, let's start off with let's go in order of leads. So let's start off with the lead character, which is obviously Mr. Fantastic or We Witchers. He's alright. Pedro Pascal does an alright performance. He talks too much a bit. He talks a lot about science, which I'm not really a fan of. I know he's very scientific in the comics, but he doesn't. That didn't really need to be evaluated here. I don't think it needed to be as evaluated in this game. He's not. He just wants to talk about science and poems. That's about it. He sometimes can crack jokes. That's about it. Moving on to Invisible Woman or Sue Storm. She is quite funny. I like her. I like the moment where she teleports in when Thing and Johnny say when they're gonna be back, and she just teleports back in. The action scene, the third act with her is phenomenal. The effects on that were phenomenal. And just her character as a whole was great. Vanessa Kirby does an amazing performance as her. Moving on to the Thing, he gets nothing to do. The Thing gets absolutely nothing to do, which is understandable because budget, but he just gets nothing to do, which is sad. But when he is on screen, Ebon, I think his name is Ebon. I can't remember his name, but yeah, he does a great performance of the Thing when he's on screen. And when he does get some action to do, it's not really good action. It's more just he does something and then leaves the screen. Like after he got a beard, I was like, okay, I don't want to see his character on screen anymore. Like his beard is just so bad. I was like, okay, no. And then we have the best one out of them all, Johnny Storm, which is a phenomenal character. Joseph Quinn does a phenomenal performance as him. This is his first time going into the MCU, and well, and we have the perfect giant. Well, not the perfect giant storm, but we have a really good giant storm. The effects on him are phenomenal. The acting is phenomenal. The only thing I didn't like is that he never says flame on in the movie, which is just dumb. When there's so many opportunities for it, and he never says it. So that's no. Please say it next movie. Please say it in Doomsday or whatever movie they're gonna appear in next, please. But yeah, he never says it, and it annoyed me throughout the entire movie. Like, when's he gonna say it? When's he gonna say it? He just doesn't say it. So, yeah. Moving on to the villains, Silver Surfer, Lady Silver Surfer, is a really good character. I like her. She's more of a leaning threat than an actual character, and she is shown as the show off. I think in the movie as well. She's more of a show off than the villains. She shows off on her board. She avoids attacks, and she's very powerful. She's a very powerful being. So, yeah, and then we have Galactus, who is terrifying in this movie. He is gigantic, and I'll sing the Slammax by the way. So every single time he either talked or stepped, or like stepped down on the planet, the seat and the screen itself and then the symbol itself just boomed. Like it just boomed, and his voice was like on another level. Like the effects were like insane. Um, and Galactus' voice was just so terrifying as well, and just so like scary that to the point where little kids might be terrified of him. Um, and he's so powerful as well. Um, and his CGI-esque, special effects-esque look is also pretty cool. I can't remember the name of the person who plays him, but he does a terrific performance as him. So that's the characters. Let's get right into my favorite action sequences. Now there were two that I really liked. The first one, and I liked this one a bit more than the second one, was the space sequence. The space sequence was amazing. I'm not gonna get into why because it will go into spoilers, but it's basically the bit where they're trying to go through the Galactus and they leave. But yeah, that sequence is great. It's a very great sequence. And I'll get into why in the spoiler review, which I'll do, like, in like, I don't know, I'm not gonna say when, but like later on, after do the rest of the Marvel films. But yeah, that seems great. And then we have the final act, which is amazing, which is where all the people get to solve their special powers, their force potential, and that scene is great. All the effects in that one are great. The CGI is great. This scene is just phenomenal. So yeah, those are my two favorite action scenes. That is basically the end of the review. That's basically my non-spoiler review of this movie. There is an end credit scene, and that end credit scene is very important. I'm not gonna say why because we're going to spoilers, but it is it had me on the floor by end of it, metaphorically. But yeah, I can describe it in 3 words: Sue, baby, and character. That's all the 3 words. Sue, baby, character. Those are the 3 words that I'll give you for that end credit scene. So yeah, that is basically my review. Not much more to say about giving out spoilers, because if I did get out spoilers, you guys would not be happy with me. But yeah, I should be back up with reviews soon. Like the Avengers one, which was the next one in the order, should be out next week, hopefully. So let's tune for that, and I'll be doing them in order at once a week now. As for streams, if you guys watch them, then I'll continue them more often. Because right now you guys are not watching them as much as I hope you would. So if you guys like them, then I'll keep doing them. Besides the Marvel reviews, I'll probably do more scenes once a week if you guys want them. So yeah, I'll see you guys soon. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. There should be no video out tonight, hopefully. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye.